Okay, so welcome to part two. It is still E-Line opening day. I'm gonna ride the 827, as you can kind of see on there. There is no 827 listed here. This is not up to date, but 827 is another new route with the service changes. And as a part two to the E-Line opening, we will now ride the rest of the service changes. And this will not all be on opening day, but this is on opening day. These next two routes will be on opening day. So 827 is next. 827A specifically will be going to Northtown Transit Center. Check this out. I have a heated shelter that's only half working. Oh no. I actually wanted to take the 345, which I think I called the 354 a million times in the last video. That didn't end up working out. There was a transfer that I just would not be able to make by like 5 minutes at the airport. So came to downtown. We're gonna do the other two new routes that aren't the E-Line and the 36. So welcome to downtown. Not much happening right around here on a weekend, except for the E-Line opening. That is happening, that is big. So for the moment, the 827, just like at a glance, like looks exactly like the 852. But it runs parallel to the 852 for like its entire thing, and like they share a bunch of stops, so I don't know what makes it special. Here is our bus. I'll go over it in VO, I think, what it's all about. I believe it's one of our North Star replacement buses, but here it is. It's on one of our new Gilligs too, which is great. These have more comfortable seats, and I'm going to be on this for a long time, so that's a plus.
Well, past me was quite observant, as this route is essentially a carbon copy of the 852 and is in fact replacing Route 852. The reason they are renumbering it is because it will be more frequent to compensate for the loss of North Star service at the end of 2025. They are creating more frequent bus services, which will better reflect the service needs of the area.
I don't believe I've covered these new buses on the channel, but they're nice because they have these nice, like, this is like fake leather, but they're squishier than the normal cloth seats. We have stop request buttons like these, and like the tape, which is, I don't like it as much. I miss the cords. I like the cords, but we do have the tape on these. Also, in-seat power with USB-C and A. So that's awesome. And this one, it works, unlike on that E-Line bus that I was on earlier. There's a Kennedy 2024 sticker on this railing. There's not even like any sidewalk here at all. That's amazing. Don't endorse, but someone has dedication. But now we're in northeast Minneapolis. Just crossed the river. Oh, I should have gotten a river crossing shot. That was my mistake. Went to Nicollet Island, crossed the river. I just danced there. How about that? So yeah, there are stops, and we're stopping here, so this is not express. I guess we went too fast. We were too close to the sun, now we get delayed. This is a very cool library. Enemy County Library, Pierre Botno. That's a library? Look at this place. I've never been here. What? Look at that. That's insane. The party buses are coming by. Those aren't real transit buses. Those don't count towards my official transit ride count, which is currently sitting at 983, very close to 1,000. Yes, we once again stopped at one of these stupid, well, it's good that they do it. We went too fast. No one else is riding this. I'm still the only person on this bus. So, yeah, we're at this cool little building, though. It's a skyway, and it's 2 stories. Oh, we're back underway. Is this another freaking party bus? I just saw something on the windshield. Hold up. another party bus. That's another one of... Oh! That's a high floor. That's a Gillig Phantom. Oh, I'm sorry I didn't get a good shot of that. That was a Gillig Phantom. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, that one's cool. That's the Pulver bus. The rest of them are lame, but that one... Love me some Gillig Phantoms. It's being blocked by a fence, but there's a rail yard. Kind of see the top of some train cars. I think the fence goes away. There are some more train cars. Oh, this turns into a chain link, so you can kind of see through it. This is like the Homer zone. This is BNSF's North Minneapolis yard, Northtown yard, I think, or it's one of those two. Transportation Corporation of America. That's an interesting grain hopper. But how about that? That's really cool. Guys, we got a war bonnet and a BNSF switcher. Oh my goodness. See, this is Homer Central. Got a war bonnet sighting on the E-Line opening day. Northtown Yard, there we go. I was almost right. Got it on the second try. So yeah, I think the biggest train yard in the Twin Cities, possibly the state of Minnesota. We're gonna keep on stopping for these little spur tracks here. You have to stop at every one. No trains, obviously. No, there's that. We're racing a pusher here on this freight train. Kind of beating it. Oh, and here's the 888, which is the North Star. Ridley Station. That's the North Star station, which will be obsolete in a month. There you go. That's sad. I will ride it one more time. There will be a video about it too, so stay tuned for that. We have found our counterpart, southbound 827, and it's the older Gillig, so we win with the newer one. We're racing the freight train again. That's gonna be rough to win. And we're too fast still. We get to film the freight train a little bit out behind a tree. You kind of still see it. What I will say for this ride, it's been quite a nice 40-foot limousine trip. No one else on this bus, which is kind of sad. But we're here, we're giving it a rider, giving it some ridership, a single ridership. Another empty 827 stop. Seemingly, when North Star goes away, this will pick up some of its ridership, but it's too bad that weekend service still gets like pretty frequent service. It's just not performing. I think it's half hourly, even on weekends. Now an hour in Coon Rapids. How about that? We have left East River Road. Now we're going to encounter the freight train. Never mind. Thanks so much. All right, welcome to Northtown Mall. I guess the driver gets a little layover period. But yeah, this is the Northtown Mall transit station, which is probably the biggest transit station north of downtown, if I had to guess, honestly. You have micro transit out here. Is this our minibus? I don't think so. Maybe it is. 827, or sorry, 725 is what I want. It is on a minibus. Or this 805. But here's the new route. Starlight, and then up to Osseo, which is huge because Osseo doesn't have any transit yet until this route. But yeah, Northtown, Starlight are the two main transit centers it runs to. Oh, and this is the 725 right here. So this is, yeah, it runs on with minibuses. I guess it's Transdev operated, as it says down there. But yeah, this is our bus. It's not leaving for another 20 minutes, I believe. 3:15, that's about 20 minutes from now. But this should be it. How about that? This is not in service, so much for being warm. but it will be on one of these vehicles operated by Transdev. So these are all of the routes that go to Northtown Transit Center. This is up to date, unlike in downtown. It does have the 827 and the 725 right in front of it, right in your picture. But yeah, there's a lot that comes through here. 10 is, well, I think it used to be a high frequency route. That's not been phased out. It's still high frequency, like every 15 minutes. But yeah, a lot that comes through here, for sure. 804 is also a very weird route. Look at that. I think it's our only U-shaped route, or like at least by that much. And that's not to scale. It's a lot more U-shaped than even it shows on the not to scale map. But anyways, hopefully it's not too long until the 725 shows up. All right, and once this car goes past, our bus will be here. New Route 725, operated by Transdev on a minibus, which is, you know, I'll take it. Okay, so check out this leg room. Oh my goodness. This is living in luxury. Now they did also replace the seats on these to be more like leather based on, now I have the hiccups by the way. These are like more leathery, which not as comfortable as what these seats used to be, which is more, it had like a cloth, but it was really cushy. And these are slightly less cushy, but they are probably easier to clean, so there is that. But yeah, very fun to get a minibus, brand new minibus route. That is quite cool. Didn't think I'd be saying that until this route became a reality. Here we are, enjoying a fun ride on, well, about to enjoy a fun ride on a minibus. One thing I do have to say is that it's fascinating to me that these seats have coat racks. You can't hang a coat from these coat hangers, it'll hit the floor. It's just hilarious. Another thing about the minibus is the wall is carpeted. What? It's like so unnecessary, but I love it so much. Well, I didn't realize this originally, but the 725 has an express section. Not an express bus, but we are running on a highway right now. An expressway, if you will. The transformer station right there. How about that? So yeah, we're running express. Okay, now pretty solidly in Brooklyn Park, I believe the 723 we're now like sharing right of way with, I guess you call that. So it shouldn't be long until we get to Starlight, which is where I'll be getting off this bus. Unfortunately, I'm not going to go all the way to Osseo, although it is massive that Osseo now has this route because they weren't served by anything before. Now they have 725 at least. You know, it's hourly, it's better than nothing. So I'm glad that they added this route. Now we're at West Broadway, so hopefully this will be in the future where the Blue Line extension goes down. But for right now, it's this annoying highway strobe thing, which sucks. So hopefully that also changes when they put in the Blue Line. Passenger getting off at the Walmart, so we're doing a unplanned deviation that's not official. Well, wait, there is a stop there. Maybe this is an official deviation. That'd be pretty cool. Very modern-ass looking Walmart, too. Well, here's what I must say. It was a worth it deviation. Whether it was planned or not. But there is a bus stop there, so I'm impressed by that. Alright, here's the Starlight Shopping Center. And that's where I will be getting off.
Stop requested.
Hey, thanks a lot. All right, well, that's the 725, and we'll be back to ride the 345. Okay, running the last line of the new service changes. It's the 345, and I gotta figure out where it is. So we'll see if they updated on the map here. 345, gate G, how about that? Oh, I hope it doesn't leave without me, because then I'll have to wait an hour. I really do not want to wait an hour at the Mall of America. I also have to wait for this bus to pass. Or they're turning there. Okay. I see it. Oh my gosh, it's a minibus. It's another minibus route. They're adding so many more minibus. There's a stack up of MBTA. Look at the 3 MBTA buses. But this is it right here. This dinky little minibus is the new Woodbury to the airport to Mall of America route. How about that? So it's quite boggling to me that two of the 5 new routes are on minibuses. And it is the 345. In my opinion, this originally a network now, which is like the plan, Metro Transit plan for the next 2-3 years. It was supposed to be the 354, which makes sense because Route 54 also comes here to the Mall of America and goes to the airport, but it goes to St. Paul. This is like the Woodbury version of that, so they make it the 354. No, they changed it to the 345, which doesn't really go with the scheme, but maybe it keeps people from confusing it with the regular 54. Maybe it's the justification. I don't know. I like 354 a little better than 345, but whatever. And we're off. The final new route that I have yet to ride, and well, now we're riding it. So, this is actually another Transdev operated route, like the 725 that I rode 2 days ago. So I'm gonna get to parallel the Minnesota River a little bit. Also for the plane foamers, we're getting close to the airport now. The bus only stops at Terminal 1. You can get light rail, blue line, goes to Terminal 2. That's like the main inter-terminal shuttle. But yeah, this bus only goes to the Terminal 1 transit station. It's actually a pretty big deviation, so we'll see if it's worth it. It'd be cool to get some planes for the plane foamers, but being blocked by this retaining wall, and well, there's the terminal. The A concourse here. This is where they a bunch of Delta Connection flies here, pretty much exclusively Delta Connection and Concourse A. Now we're meet up with our people mover here. The tracked people mover, not the cushion of air people mover. That's Concourse C with Delta, and does Westjet still fly in there sometimes? I think they... Oh, anyway, this thing is saying that we're at the airport, and here is the bus station at the airport. It is technically just one transit station, but the light rail is 3 floors below us, so I guess you can call it one transit station, but it doesn't feel like it. There is a 54 currently there. That's one's heading to the mall. So we're stuck at like the gates to get in It's like it has to lift up for us to like the platform to like over there. Oh, now we're through. So we're getting an on. Here are all the routes that serve the airport, which is up a lot. It used to be just the 54, and then the 495 came along, and then the 686, and then the 836, not the 436, got branched to here, and then the 345. So. Also pumped for the inspection, no one got on. They were all going to another bus. Okay, here's something for the plane filmers. We have a Delta 737 right here. It's being blocked, so I can't tell if it's a 737, 800, or 900. Probably a 900. And now I see the door plug. So this is a 900. There it is. And now it's gone. We have an Airbus over there. There's the 739 again for Delta. I am a plane filmer, guys, so this is like my deal. Scoot over river filmers. Security line. Okay, so now we're gonna run express for a little bit. We left the airport to West St. Paul, which I'll talk about more when we get there, but we're actually going through Mendota Heights right now, which is part of MBTA territory. It gets crappy service in MBTA. There is like no bus service out to Mendota Heights in general. It's like 3 stops on 2 MBTA routes. Just not great. So most of it's on the Suburban Transit, and this route blasts right through it with no stops. Which, yeah, it's kind of funny, but also on this bus you will see scenery that is otherwise inaccessible on transit. So, in that sense, okay, this is kind of cool, because before I couldn't see this on a bus, and now I can see all of this on a bus. To make our deviation to West St. Paul. And West, it's kind of a misnomer. West St. Paul is actually south of St. Paul. It's like due south of downtown St. Paul, but it's West St. Paul. I don't know why they did that. St. Paul just doesn't know their directions, honestly. Because there is also a South St. Paul, which is further, like, southeast of downtown St. Paul, but they call this West St. Paul. I have no idea who in their right mind came up with that. No buses currently serve this stop. Now there is. I wonder if they just forgot to remove those. I don't know if you saw it on camera. I'll try to... Okay, this stop is activated. So they must have just forgotten to remove the yellow. This stop is not currently served. There's some transit-accessible car dealerships. We have a Mazda right here. So that's kind of lame. And now we get to the part of the route where we share routing with other routes. So the 75 here, and then we'll also share routing with the 62 and 68, I believe. This little tree lot here. That's so cute. Man, that's awesome. So I guess we finished our little deviation because we're coming back right where we came. Another tree lot for the Cub Foods here, though I'd rather go to the garden center, the locally owned garden center, to get my Christmas tree. ultimately I'm not going to be going to either of those places because I don't live around here. I'm probably not going to come up here at least to get a Christmas tree, but you never know. You just have the Zupas and the White Castles. Really making a suburban sprawl strong by adding Zupas in the middle of this strip mall. I do love Zupas. Kind of wish we could get out and do some Zupas right now, but we have more important matters at hand, and that is riding the 345 to its terminus. My phone keeps running out of storage. I'll try to say it again. So we missed a little bit of cool industry there. This is an interesting deviation. This is a 345 only deviation to some like apartment complex in the middle of an industrial zone. This is so crazy. And there's trains, no trains running right now, but there's tracks right there. Construction entrance. Okay, really this is gonna be like some big complex thing. But they have this like bus station here. Where are we? What is this place? This is amazing. Look at the foundation that they're putting in. This is insane. And it's only for the 245. Like what? Is there anyone living here yet? Newport Transit Station? Oh my god. This is insane. I love that so much. It slows the trip down and no one was there, but oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Look at this massive interchange. I don't know if you can really see the scale of it, but like we're on top of another highway right now. And there's like basically 3 highway-like roads that converge. That's kind of a mess. We continue. Welcome to Woodbury, everybody. The terminus C for this bus. We're actually really close to the park and ride terminus, but welcome to one of the many roads in Woodbury. Alright, well, that's the terminus. You can back up to the Gold Line. And that's a wonderful new connection to the airport from Woodbury. So honestly, it's not a Gold Line bus. Our newest non-ABRT. All of the new investment, like making bus routes for the airport, is really nice because it's turning transit commutes that are well over an hour beforehand into, I don't think this is like half hour or so. Much easier to get to the airport on transit now than it was even like 2 years ago, which honestly is huge. When you have an airport like Minneapolis, St. Paul, which is one of the busiest airports in the country, that is massive. Well, anyways, here we are at Woodbury Woodlane Drive Station. Backing up into the stop. That's crazy. Look at how busy the parking ride is. People were complaining earlier how there's no one using this parking. Look at this parking ride. It's busy. Take that, CBS News. People use the Gold Line. People use transit. That's proof. So this station opened earlier this year for the Gold Line. Has heated shelter here, so you can see. It's like a 3-story parking ride. So I'll actually bring you inside. This is crazy. That's so over the top, insane. And there's another one too. We'll do a little elevator review while we're here. You wave to open the doors, like what? This is all like new mural painted in here. Here's a very like industrial looking elevator. Probably a hydraulic elevator, but the thing is though, you can see all the exterior windows in this building are dotted, which is like save the birds, but also you dot the frickin' buses and now you dot the building. So not the quickest elevator ever, but well, we're already on floor 3, so that's not too bad. I would overall give it a solid 6 out of 10. Okay, I guess the park and ride isn't used enough that we need the third level because it's not shoveled at all. This is insane. There's the third level of the park and ride, not shoveled. But it was great to see the first level like actually being used as much as it was, because CBS News was having a fit about the Gold Line being a massive overinvestment. No one was using it, and we have at least one full floor in this freaking park and ride, which is not the best way to do your transit, but like that shows something. That shows something. And the Gold Line's only going to grow in ridership once they extend it and all that. But anyways, I'll end this clip. And yeah, I guess that does it. That's the last part of the video, part 2. So those are all the new transit lines that opened December 6th. Thank you for checking this one out. And I will hope to continue posting videos on the channel, even though it's been a little while since these two guessed right there on the side of opening the door. I suppose, why am I even bothering with that? Obviously do that. Anyways, I'll bid you farewell from Wood Lane Drive Station and hop on a Gold Line and go back home, because now I'm very far away from home. But hey, that's why we have the 345. See you later. Good night. Auf Wiedersehen. Okay, I need to point out that this digital screen says it's 10:10 a.m. and it's nowhere near 10:10 a.m. It is like well past 2 p.m. I don't know what the exact time is, but that's not at all accurate. Here's my bus.